Ready to dive into the world of crypto? Today we're going beyond the hype to give you the tools to make smart decisions with your money.
Absolutely.
We've got a great lineup of resources today.
Okay.
We've got 7 Bomar's Cryptocurrency Bible,
Okay.
How to Become a Potential Crypto Millionaire Guide, a really practical guide on investing in crypto in 2024,
Right.
and a really fascinating collection of stories from crypto millionaires.
You know, what I find really interesting is how all of these sources, they take different approaches, but they all emphasize this long-term perspective.
Okay.
It's not about getting rich quick.
Right.
It's about really understanding how this technology could change things
Yeah.
and how to be in the right place for the future.
It's like thinking about crypto as an investment, not winning the lottery, right? But there's so much information out there, it's easy to feel lost. So let's break it down.
Okay.
We've talked about how Bitcoin has done amazingly well, like that story of someone turning $100 into $370,000
Right.
just by holding on to it.
Right.
But what's the reason for that growth?
Right.
Was it just luck? Or is there something more to it?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
While we know past performance doesn't guarantee future results, we can get some clues by figuring out why Bitcoin did so well.
Right.
One factor is scarcity.
Okay.
Bitcoin is limited, only 21 million coins.
Right.
This built-in scarcity, combined with the fact that more people want it, that's what makes its value go up.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like a rare painting.
Exactly.
The more people want it and the fewer there are,
Right.
the higher the price climbs.
Exactly.
That is not all about Bitcoin.
Right. Exactly. And that's where diversification comes in, a very important concept.
Okay.
How to invest in crypto in 2024 really stresses this. Spread your risk.
All right.
Invest in different cryptocurrencies because they all have different uses and potential for growth.
So it's not just about Bitcoin anymore.
It's a much bigger world now.
So it's kind of like building an investment portfolio, but instead of stocks and bonds, we're talking about different cryptos.
Precisely. It's like exploring different parts of a city that's growing.
Okay.
You might start in the downtown area,
Yeah.
that's Bitcoin, but the up-and-coming areas, those have potential too.
Okay, so we in it for the long haul, we're diversifying.
Right.
But how do we choose which cryptocurrencies to actually put our money into?
That's where research and really understanding the market is key. And the Cryptocurrency Bible,
Okay.
it gives some great advice here.
Okay.
One of the crypto commandments that really stood out to me was this: thou shalt understand what you invest in.
So no more blindly jumping on the hype train.
Exactly. Go beyond the headlines.
Right.
Really dig into the technology, the team behind it, and what it can do long term.
Okay.
For instance, let's say you're thinking about DeFi tokens.
Okay, yeah.
Before you invest, you've got to understand DeFi itself, how it works.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about DeFi, but nobody seems to explain what it actually is.
It's true.
So what is it?
Decentralized finance, or DeFi, it's all about creating a financial system that's more open
Okay.
and accessible using blockchain. Instead of relying on banks, DeFi lets you lend, borrow, earn interest directly and often with more transparency, and you could see higher returns.
It's like taking control of your own finances. You're
Yep.
cutting out the middleman, right?
Now, it's early days for DeFi, and it does have risks,
Right.
but the potential impact, huge. It could change finance as we know it.
Okay, so we've got this whole new world opening up with DeFi.
Right.
But it still feels a bit like the Wild West out there, right?
Yeah.
So how do we navigate that?
Right.
As investors, how do we do it safely and responsibly?
That is the million-dollar question, and I think how to become a potential crypto millionaire guide really hits the nail on the head there.
Okay.
They don't just talk about understanding the tech, but also having the right mindset.
Okay.
Because the crypto market, volatile, uncertain, you need to handle that.
Right.
And they have this idea of strong hands versus weak hands.
Strong hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where those terms diamond hands and paper hands come from?
You got it. It's a fun way to describe how investors act when the market's like a roller coaster.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. Yeah. So strong hands, diamond hands, those are the investors who hold on tight,
Exactly.
even when things are going down.
Exactly. They have a plan, they believe in what they've invested in, and they don't panic when the market dips. Weak hands, they're the opposite. They see a little trouble and they sell.
Right.
They often miss out on potential gains that way.
So it's about having the confidence, I guess, in your plan,
Yeah.
even when the market feels unpredictable.
Exactly.
But how do you develop those strong hands? How do you get that resilience?
Yeah. It all starts with knowledge.
Okay.
The more you know about the technology, the market, the specific projects you're putting your money into, the less likely you are to make a decision based on fear
Okay.
or hype.
So knowledge is power, especially in this world.
100%.
But it's more than just what you know.
It is.
It's about managing your emotions too, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of people forget that part. In Crypto Millionaires,
Yeah.
there are tons of stories of people who got it.
Okay.
They understood the tech and they were mentally tough.
Right.
They rode the waves and came out on top.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because investing in something as volatile as crypto,
Oh, yeah.
it's emotional, right?
It is.
It's like a roller coaster.
Totally.
So how can our listeners prepare themselves for those ups and downs?
Yeah.
What can they learn from the people who've done well?
That's the key. One thing you see with these crypto millionaires is they're really good at controlling their emotions, avoiding those traps,
Okay.
Like take FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Right.
That can make you do crazy things.
Yeah.
Like buying a coin when everyone's hyping it up only to see it crash later.
We've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That feeling that you're going to miss out if you don't jump in right now.
Exactly. But these millionaires, they seem to stay calm, stick to their plan.
They did.
Yeah.
They had a knack for that.
So how do they do that?
Discipline. That's the key.
Okay.
Tuning out all the noise, all the predictions, and just focusing on your own research and what you can handle risk-wise.
Right.
Because what works for one person might not work for another. Right. It's about finding your own way, not following the crowd blindly.
Exactly.
So let's say I'm ready to, dip my toes into the crypto world.
Okay, I like it.
Where do I even start?
Okay.
How do I buy and keep these digital assets safe?
That's where you need the right tools.
Okay.
Specifically, cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets.
Okay.
So think of an exchange like a marketplace. You go there, you can buy crypto using regular money.
So it's like the stock market, but for crypto.
Exactly. And just like with brokerage accounts, you've got different exchanges, each with pros and cons.
Okay.
Some are great for beginners, like crypto.com.
Right. How to become a potential crypto millionaire guide. Recommended that one.
Yeah, it's super easy to use, and they have a lot of different coins.
And they mentioned a bonus, too, for new users.
They do. But remember, bonuses are nice, but they're not everything. Look at the bigger picture security fees and what cryptos they actually offer.
Right. It's got to be the right fit for you, not just the cheapest option.
Exactly.
Okay, so once I buy my crypto, I need a safe place to store it, right?
100%.
That's where wallets come in.
That's your digital bank account. Right.
Okay.
You can store it, send it, receive your crypto.
Gotcha.
And just like exchanges, you got different kinds of wallets, different levels of security. Some are easier to use. The cryptocurrency Bible breaks it down really well.
Okay, so for someone who's just starting out, what are the key things to know about choosing a wallet?
It really comes down to, do you want it super safe or easy to access?
Okay.
Hardware wallets, for example, those store your crypto offline on a separate device.
Right.
Top-notch security, but not that convenient if you're trading a lot.
Okay.
Then you've got software wallets. Those live on your phone or computer.
Right.
Easy to use for everyday stuff, but if you don't secure them properly, they're more vulnerable to online threats.
So it's kind of like if you were keeping your gold at home or in a vault.
Exactly.
The vault's more secure.
Yes.
But not as easy to access.
Precisely. It's finding that balance, safety versus convenience.
So if I'm just testing the waters, what would you recommend wallet-wise?
I'd say start with a well-known software wallet from a company with a good track record.
Right.
A lot of exchanges even offer their own wallets, which are super convenient for beginners.
Okay.
But remember, with those, you're basically trusting them with your crypto.
So there's that trade-off again, convenience versus control.
Exactly. Now, hardware wallets, like we said, those are the Fort Knox of crypto storage.
Right.
Good idea to get one if you're holding a decent amount, especially long-term.
So it's like upgrading your home security when you have something valuable to protect.
100%. Okay, so you've got your wallet, you've bought some crypto.
Okay.
How do you build a portfolio that's balanced and hopefully profitable?
Right.
We talked about spreading your investments.
Yeah, diversification.
Yes. But how do you actually do that?
Right.
Well, you got to understand there are different types of cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
How to invest in crypto in 2024 has a good system for thinking about this. You're not just picking randomly, you're dividing your money strategically.
So like with regular investing, there are different asset classes within crypto.
You got it. You've got your payment coins like Bitcoin, Litecoin. They want to change how we pay for things.
Okay.
Then you've got your platform tokens like Ethereum, Cardano. They run decentralized applications, smart contracts, that kind of thing.
Right.
And of course, NFTs, they're their own world, digital art, collectibles, even virtual land.
So it's about spreading your bets, not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Right. But how do you decide how much to put in each?
That depends on how much risk you're comfortable with, your goals, and how well you understand each asset class.
Right.
Someone who's okay with risk and believes in DeFi, they might put more money into DeFi tokens,
Okay.
while someone more cautious, they might stick with the big ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum. And even within each category, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread it around.
Okay.
Multiple projects. That's the key.
So do your research, know the risks, spread your investments wisely.
Exactly.
It's like building a diversified portfolio, but with a crypto twist.
I like that. And remember, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
It takes time, patience, and you always got to be learning.
Speaking of learning, I'm curious about those crypto millionaires.
Yeah,
Their stories are fascinating.
they are.
But what sets them apart,
Yeah.
What did they do that we can learn from? It's easy to think, oh, they just got lucky.
Right.
Well, they knew something everyone else didn't. But reading those stories,
Yeah.
there's got to be more to it.
Yeah, you're totally right. One thing that pops up again and again is how good they were at spotting new trends. Like really early on. They weren't scared to check out new projects, to really get what the tech was about before everyone else caught on.
So they were okay with going beyond the familiar, being the first ones in.
Exactly. They were comfortable taking risks, but calculated risks, not just
Yeah.
like throwing darts at a board.
Right.
They did their homework. A lot of them talked about spending hours and hours learning about blockchain, reading those, what are they called?
White paper.
White papers, yes. And, being active in those online communities. Got to stay ahead of the game, right?
Right. It's like anything else, the more you know, the better decisions you make.
100%. They weren't just chasing hype. They were putting in the work. And a lot of them, they emphasized patience, discipline. They didn't freak out and sell when the market dipped. They believed in what they bought, and a lot of times that paid off big time.
It's that strong hands thing again. Right?
Yes.
In it for the long haul, riding out the storm. I guess it shows that building wealth takes time,
It does.
whether it's crypto or regular investments. You need a plan, got to keep learning, and got to handle those emotions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that brings us to something else that's super important. Security.
Okay?
We talked about picking good exchanges and wallets.
Right.
But even with the best ones, you got to protect yourself.
So you're saying you can't just rely on, like, the platform to handle everything?
Exactly. The good companies, they care about security. But hacking happens. Mistakes happen.
Right.
So two-factor authentication. Everywhere. Strong passwords, different for each site. And watch out for those phishing scams.
Well, it's common sense, right? Be careful, be proactive, don't take unnecessary risks. And if you're ever unsure about something, it's always best to ask for help.
100%. There's so much info online, communities, even courses to help you navigate the crypto world safely.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Learn from other people's experiences. That's huge.
Knowledge is power,
Yeah.
especially with crypto changing all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And speaking of knowledge, before we wrap up, let's go back to DeFi for a minute. You said it could totally change finance as we know it,
It really could.
but it's still a bit of a mystery.
It's true. It's still early days, but it's growing fast. Imagine. You don't need banks anymore for financial stuff. You lend, you borrow, you earn interest all directly, and it's more transparent, probably cheaper too. That's the potential of DeFi.
That's huge. Taking control of your money, cutting out those middlemen, sounds amazing, but also a little intimidating. How do you even start with that?
How to invest in crypto in 2024, they've got a good section on it. They break down the basics. What are these decentralized exchanges, these lending platforms, stablecoins, all that? But they're also realistic. Research. Those DeFi projects, they can be risky.
So like with any investment, especially in crypto, don't put in more than you can afford to lose.
Exactly. But that being said, the potential upside, wow, financially, and also you're part of something new, something that's changing the game.
Like being on the ground floor of a financial revolution.
That's it.
So as we finish up our crypto deep dive today, I'm feeling, I don't know, excited, but also cautious. What's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
It's all about balance with crypto. It's not a magic way to get rich, and there are definitely risks, but it's also a game changer. If you understand the basics, manage your risk, stay informed,
Okay.
anyone can be a part of this.
It's about always learning, being open to new things, and making smart decisions.
Yes.
And who knows, maybe someday we'll be talking about your success story.
Now that would be something.
It would. So, until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.